Working at all. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night to you all. It is a pleasure that we can be here tonight. Give thanks for our mercies that endure it forever. No one is happening here. We're waiting on the guests. Anyhow, I should have a guest tonight, but I am not seeing where the guest is hid. Well, anyhow, let me continue, and we will start with Luis here, and Henry who comes. He said, "Let's give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good, for His mercies endure it forever." Let's give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good, for His mercies endure it forever. Oh, sing thanks and praise unto Him, for His mercies endure it forever. It is no goodness of our own, but because of His mercy, endure it forever. And there's nothing we are doing that we can leave, we can let God out of our presence. We have to invite Him in our presence because without Him, we are but nothing. We are but failures if we have left Him out of our circles. So at all times, we have to invite the presence of God to be with us, be around us, be there for us. We give thanks unto Him. We thank Him for life. We thank Him for His goodness. We thank Him for food. If there wasn't any, you give thanks same way. Give thanks. There are people who love people because of what they can get from them, because of favors. They don't love them with genuine love. And God is not so. We need to love Him with all our heart and all our mind because there's nothing, absolute nothing we can do or we can say. We cannot function. We are but like nothing without God. And I ask Him to be with me and for those that are coming on the live, to be with them, to be with each and everyone. Yeah. Now there are so much things happening. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to each every one of you. Welcome. For those that are mourning their loss of their loved one, mourning, mourning, mourning will endure for a night, but joy. Don't forget that. Mourning, bawling, hollering will endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. For those that have birthdays, we ask you and we ask God that your birthday, your birth month, your birth week, your birth date, you will live to see many more. As long as you are in the arms and the presence of God, you will live to see many, many more. For those that have given birth to be hugging their bundle of joy, pray over them, pray for them, not only be happy for the birth, yes, that they are here and you are safe. You give a safe delivery, but pray all the way, pray because so many things do happen. Now, over the weekend, there are so many things that happen. So many heartbroken, so many tears, so much weeping, so much mourning. The devil, and I don't even like calling name because when you call him name, you're bigging him up. When you don't call him name, you focus on the Creator God who gives you life, right? When you call him name, we should not avoid calling him name at any given time. Pretend you forget. You know him is there, but pretend you forget. I'm trying to get a guess here, but it seems as if it is not working. I don't know what I did wrong this time again, but I'll try until it came through. Okay? If the guess is here, the guess can say something, but because the waiting for the guess is on the screen, it's like you're not actually seeing what is being written here. So I thank you again. In my neck of the woods, for those that are It's Sunday here, but it's Monday somewhere else and Tuesday another place. We give you thanks. Love yourself, appreciate yourself, give God thanks because his mercies endureth forever. His mercies endureth forever. My neck of the woods from Thursday, rain has been falling and it's downpour after downpour. Roads converted to river. Cars are submerging in water. It was a miserable day when it touched Friday and rain and falling from Thursday. It was miserable all over. But guess what? You could not stay in and say the rain is falling and I can't go out there. Children have to go to school because as long as the government do not say close school, you have to get them there. So it's either sickness with a piece of paper from the doctor to say, well, Mary Jane was ill, could not attend school, and this is a piece of evidence to show. Outside of that, you have to go to school. You have to go to work. So if you can't swim, learn to swim. And if you can't dive, which is the water so murky, you couldn't dive in there. So you have to learn to walk upright and swim. I get a piece of log and sail on it. It was miserable this side. Let's say we would have sun today, Sunday, and we will have some shining tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday afternoon. Um, the rain will start again. They know that this rain is ringing in onto the winter. While we're having rain here in my country of birth, they said the sun was miserably, was really, and we were flooding out this side. Yeah. When you look in Brooklyn, you would not believe what you are seeing. In Queens, oh my, it was terrible. It was terrible, real terrible. Good evening, still not allowing me. I realized that although it said send the link, and I sent the link, but then I'll talk to you off here. When I get off here, I'll talk to you what I discover. Okay? Okay. Now, in this, please pin the number that if persons want to call in. I heard of the terrible accidents, and you have to ask. Just somewhere in the ending of this week, there was a bus taking out some school children to um, what they call it, and that went over a ravine. They said some problem with the front tire with all the children, but luckily there was no death of children. The news said allegedly, but there were teachers who have passed away, and there are other things happening this side that you're wondering what is really happening. What is happening? What is, you don't even know what is the problem. It's it's like the portals of hell open and the demons from every corner section is on a rampage. You cannot be too careful. It burns my heart. And I'm not a person to really interfere with some things unless it really touched me this much. To see the little boy, the student that was flogged by, I would say, his relatives, his brother and sister, his mother, his father, figuratively speaking. Are we giving rise to material things? And I saw a man came out and brushed his cloth. I am asking myself the question, is this a pattern that they are following? Because this rich man, take pleasure in his cloth. You are going to hit the stuffing out of that child that accidentally stepped on your cloth. Hmm? Is this not a shame of the generation that is coming? Is this not something to be so concerned about? The generation. The Bible said the third and fourth generation. Did go in Revelation. It class them. Is this we are seeing in front of me? No respect or regards for a human being like yourself. The clocks is inanimate. It have no life. It don't move unless you move. And you will wear that same clock. And trust me, it will blister your foot. It will give you trouble. And you feel comfortable with your friends to beat the stuffing out of that child. Hmm? So they stepped on your clocks. Are we living into a real world? Are we dealing with real people? Children need to get a grip on themselves. Parents, because most of the time, the children demonstrate the arrogancy in them from home. They're ready to beat the parents, they're ready to do the parental kind of things. And they took it from the home. Sometimes the parents, they are the one who enabled them to do what they are doing because the parents beat the drum and the children dance. Did you ever taught that child that he should love? I guess, have you ever at any time? Because things don't just get up and blow out of mid-here like that. It starts somewhere. Yes, it started somewhere. It started with their brothers. It started with their sisters. It started with their parents. It started with their neighbors' children. What is in these children or these people that they are going to be like a pit bull? When it's not the pie, it's the kitchen, the kitchen utensil. Hmm? You earn these things much too often. And even if government took these children and put them in place of safety, they are rather worse more than some of them. Their parents to need to put in place of safety and teach them something. Because some people are ready for the parenting. None of us that have children was ready at the time when we gave birth to them. We knew nothing about parenting. But guess what? We have to let go and relearn. It's like when the animal give birth. You see that if none of them never have any guideline written with them. Sorry. But if you look at the animal, they cuddle their young ones. My first time when I traveled, we were having a conversation, and this man said to me, he don't consume sheep. He said the reason why he will never eat sheep. When you are leading that sheep to the slaughter, instead that sheep cries, instead of look water streaming down the eye of the sheep. And he said when he see that, there's no way he could eat a sheep meat, which is mutton. A lot of people say goat is mutton, but sheep is mutton, not goat. Goat is goat meat. For those that raise chicken and they have their young, even if the one that come on to them is their sister, the mother jump in and as long as she see the mother jump in and would have that one to frazzle, believe that little young one. Start teaching love. Love. People is lack of respect and love for each other. Anything blurt out of their mouth to anybody. Hmm? The shoe is safely on his feet. When he gets home, he gotta take off that shoe, put it down, and it sit there till when he pick it up back. While the other child is in care, in health care. I haven't got any update from today or yesterday. But that child have to be in care. Is it no longer parents have any control over their children? Is there no longer you can speak to your children? Because hello, it is not the whip over their back, Word power. The power of the words from your mouth and it doesn't mean rip clot, tear clot, dasher clot. No, because that is just what it is. I am moved. That's not the only incident you heard. I have seen one before. I think it's in this year or late last year. The child at school and they beat him up. Them interfere with little girl and they turn down on him. And you know the funny thing that you look at it, not one to say stop, not one reach out and say no. Stop. It is a joy. It is okay. It is a merry-go-round. You're in fun land. This coming like when in those days when they set humans in circles and let go lions on them and they took it for a sport. This was a sport. No, it's human. Human to human. Human to human. It's very sad. It is sad. It is sad. It's a sad situation. I can imagine what those parents, whether it's the mother alone, father, whoever it is, their heart sunk in them. You can just imagine how they feel. Because in all of this, you have to be coming up with this. You did not put him there, but your pocket is going to burn. Some times ago, an attack was made on this young lady. She is still unable to walk. You cannot say sorry and don't cut it again. I am sorry. It's not the word they want to hear. Sometimes they set themselves in the way for you to walk and touch them. What are we thinking? What kind of children? What kind of man and woman of today were these children? And I hope the parent did not go to the other parents and say sorry, because what are you sorry for? What the word sorry meant to those people now, it meant nothing. Mighty God of Daniel, and let me say this, the Highland have more churches more than people. That means the cry not going nowhere. It just go up and fall back down. There's no longer parent is praying for their children. I was living somewhere, and one evening I went to my bathroom. When I was in the bathroom, there was somebody outside near to the washroom was speaking. Who were they speaking to? Their son. And what I heard the mother saying to the son that he should do, I stood up there. I was, really? You are telling you? And I stood there and I listened to every word that was spoken. At the time, the son she was speaking with was only 16 years old. He did not even graduate, but because the love of money and the greed for money, he knows the circle he was in. There are benefits for him. So from benefits for him, it will be benefit for her. And that was on a Sunday evening when I heard the mother saying to the child, hit the car, but down to the riverside, carry the XY with you. And when they come out there, carry out your action. Play football. Yeah. And tears run down my eyes. He only have one child. It's a boy. And whoever and him have some disagreement, this was what she was saying to the child. And I stood there. I quick went to the bathroom. I turned and I went in my room. I was trying to find somebody to talk to because immediately I am seeing what she was not seeing. What she saw was to carry out the Rickman. Do something. This was a mother. This was a mother. 9 o'clock the Monday, we heard an explosion, and she was on her side of the house on the veranda. And I heard when she said, Lord God, them, and call her son name. Her son was one down. This you would said, man plan and God wipe out. She planned for something, not knowing that something was planning for her son because of the circle that he was in. She didn't even say as a mother, okay, I will go and talk to them. Most of the time, we, the mothers, put up with a lot of carelessness. What happened? You feel if you talk to your child, if you instill discipline in them, they won't like you. Hate me for the truth. Yes, I have boys who are in the hearing of my voice, but they can tell you. This was not one um joke around mother. This was not one. Things have to work out, and I always said this. When you allow children to do certain things, down the road, you realize these are the same two children. Sometimes I hear son got married to Miss Mary Jane daughter. He said, what? Yes. Sometimes, for peace sake, you has to give up your right. For peace sake, you gave up your right because it's going to work out one day. Where are the morals? Where are the compassion? Where are the love? What is these children growing up to be? That child is going to be a man who is going to deal with woman later down in the road. So if a woman or a wife or whoever him take her to be, walk and brush near him. Parents, try to make a difference in your children's life. If you don't have love, go buy some. Trust some. Borrow some. Hire some. Try to instill. Is not everything you can say. Oh, yeah. Walk away sometimes. Walk away. Yeah. And I saw this ugly and unfortunate accident. So everybody have a burden to carry. Because allegedly, these two people had a head on. Some did not make it out as it should. Cannot be too careful. You're sending your children to the school, and until you see them walk back through your door, yeah. Until they walk through your door, you said, thank you, Lord. It's not an easy road. And every woman, every man, whether you give birth, yes or no, you should feel something. You should feel something. Because this is not an easy tablet to swallow. It's not easy. It is not easy. And as I said, children train from their home. Children train from the womb, and your home is the first community. What is he saying for himself? Apparently took it for a joke. Maybe there's no remorse on him about that. He doesn't care because he protected his shoes. Parents, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, we need to sit them down at your feet. And as the morning comes, have something to say. Midday, night before they go to bed. Because I am quite sure his mother would not be feeling good if the shoe were on the other foot. Well, you see, people who call themselves certain things and say, well, then we are in such a bracket. They too don't set any examples. No. You send them to church, there is problem there. Send them to school, there's problem. But guess what? God bless the mothers and the father and if his mother alone who stood up for their children until they turn manhood or womanhood. When you do your best, when they went through your door and take the world to themselves, you have business with them again. Although a parent always, no matter how old the child is, and some things I will honestly blame the parent. Check the background where the children are coming from, and you know, most of the time, that child learned from home. Their first teacher is their parents. It is awful. It is unbelievable. And more is going to happen. You're giving me a call. Thank you very much. Right? It, ah, it, it is wrong. It's not an easy road, but we need to check ourselves. We need to check the way we displayed ourselves. And I give an example of a little girl when I was at the basic school. And I said, this is the way the mother displayed herself. And that was the only way why the child could have gone with a tail to the mother. And without asking any question, she is there to come and rip the other person apart in front of her own child. Yeah. You can't be too soft, but you can't be too arrogant. I have seen at the school, the VP was walking on the corridor, and there was some young men out on the corridor. And she asked them, what class do you belong to? And they said, and she said, go to your classes, all of you. She went her way. When she was coming back, they still congregated on the corridor, and she speak to them again. One of the young men out of the group of them pulled for one of the iron chair and plant that chair on the teacher's hand. When she saw the chair come in the hand, and the hand was broken. Yes. Only to say to the child, find your classroom, go into your classroom. She end up with a broken hand from that child. I think when they do these things, they speak the truth. No, they don't. In the same facility, this young man was coming in and or something, and the security spoke to him, and he went and get um a slip, a pass slip to go out. And what did you think he did? The man didn't hit him. The man only speak to him because he was going through the gate without a pass. And he said, you cannot go through the gate. And he went and get a pass. And also he was went. And what he did, he went for, I don't know if his father and friend or who's, fish gun, spear. Sorry about the gun, Mr. YouTube. Went for the fish spear. And when he came back, what did he do? Was to let go the spear in the security. The man didn't hurt him. The man doing his duty. He said, you cannot go through the gate without your pass. And he went and get the pass when he should have done before. And because the security talked to him get back with the spear and his security and give it to him. Pass, man, pass. Man, want let me through. These children don't stay so since they're born out of their mother womb. You train them from the inside. Mhm. They are properly trained from inside. Most people think you start training children when they're out of your womb. When you tell them, say bye bye, thank you, okay, you think that's the time. No. What you think? What was your operation during the time of pregnancy? You fed that child. It is sad. It is oh so sad. It's like here that you see an entire school persons went into the school, and next to here is a Holocaust. Yeah. You're asking, what? The next you hear is a Holocaust. Can they be curbed? I don't know. But one thing I know, I am glad I am not giving birth because I would have to put those children into a bulk to grow them. I not give no birth. I stop myself. Because when you see what is happening around you, ain't not happy. In Matthew said, um, women are going to say, in Matthew it said, happy are the women that have never given birth and their ups was not sucked. You know, look for you. Because of what is happening and what is going to be happening. Many women have said, boy, I'm glad me not have no children. Let me stay this way. Matthew and Mark speak about it. They are out of control completely. They use life as if they were killing mosquitoes and flies. That's how they value human lives. You're slapping down the mosquito, you're slapping down the fly. If something happened to you, can you call that striking shoes to come walk and give you something to do? Huh? It is sad. It is all so sad. Tonight, I think many people, heart, mind, and body is not in the right place. They are mourning for some reason or another. They are having sleepless nights. They are having sleepless nights all around the globe. And sometimes people make them into what they are. Train up the child in the way that it should grow, that when he get old, he will never depart from it. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have love, you cannot give the child love and return get back love. Hostility and all these things. And who is it? Innocent person. Because of the hostility of parents and their community and their family, and I say all sort of things. The fish is into a salt sea. You cannot get a cup of seawater and throw it up to your throat and drink it. Yet the fish came out there fresh. So if you train your children, they will grow into whatever you call bad man or whatever, and they will grow there and came out good. But it's the way you train them. It's the way you train them. The man who fight and run away will live to fight another day. And maybe that young man says, sorry, but they don't know that word, they don't know the meaning of that word. They don't know it, they never hear it. So, one and all, one and all, I give God thanks for my children. I give God thanks for the way they turn out to be. I give God thanks every day. And for those parents that they have put on iron fist on them. It may look like you don't like them, but they would not have understand. When they get older and reach out in the world and they will realize, yes, my mother and my father did love me because you did not allow them to run wild like hoodlums. What you put in, that you will get out. What you sow, that you will reap. So it doesn't spell sense and say, well, but I know I'm keep doing that. Ah, da, 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 da. Excuse me. If you ever see some of the family where some of these children born into, and it's not because they don't know, but may God be with the little young man parent, all of his siblings, comfort them, provide for them, be the doctor, be the repairer of that body, because God, you are the one that make him. So depend on what turn it took, be the repairer of him. That's all I can say. And may God be with you, Mr. Gentleman, who saw yourself to be the big bad wolf. God be with you. And I hope before it's too late, you make a change for the better and not for the worst. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for this live stream tonight. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Be cognizant of your surrounding. Be safe. Be good. If you cannot be good, be careful. And if you cannot be careful, be good. As we are embarking on another week, tomorrow is Monday. We do not know what the other day holds for us. We don't know what is in the wind, but we ask God to provide and make the pathway safe for us. Make the pathway a pathway to walk on safer. Drivers, drivers, drivers. Vehicle are weapon of destruction. Look at the woman flat out there. Today, I was told allegedly that it's her mother's funeral today, and she's not at that funeral, not in person. I don't know what happened to her child, but may God be with them. May God surround them, send his guardian angels, and be with the nursing fraternity as they went through this grieving process for the co-worker. And for the fraternity of a man, be with him. We may not know or may not maybe know what causes that accident. May God be with them. Thank you very much. And this is Aquarian signing off from Positivity Positive Channel. See you on another day. Thank you much.